This is Nathaniel back with coding-bootcamps.com for another indexing video. And in this video, we are going to talk about compound indexes. Now, Mongo, per their documentation, say that they support compound indexes where a single index structure holds references to multiple fields within a collection's documents. This means that if we go back to our CLI in Mongo and go back into our database, this means that if we define an index that has two fields as keys for our index, then we'll only store records in our index that match both keys. So it's basically building a more complex index where, for instance, if we build the index off of department and first name, we'll have a unique index for IT and John, like all documents that have IT department and John as the first name. That will be different from the lookup table that we have for department IT and first name Jane. So it's a little bit more overhead to do it this way, but it provides you with a more efficient lookup if you want to just look up off of multiple search criteria, have an index for multiple search criteria. So what we're going to do is we're going to say db.mycollection.getIndexes just to see where we're at. We're going to go back to our help as we've done before, and we are going to look at the collection help by saying db.mycollection.help, and we're going to look at this same command that we used before, create index, and this time we're not going to use any special configuration as we did with sparse indexing and partial indexing, but what we're going to do to make this a compound index is we're going to say department text first name text. So this is the one JSON object we have as a parameter to our create index method, and we say that this index is for department and first name. So we'll get a unique entry into this index table per each record with a different department and text, as we talked about, or excuse me, as a different department and first name. So we're going to click enter, and we see we have an error here because I put quotes around first name, so I'm just going to remove those. And I have another error here. I apologize, but maybe it's helpful to see me messing up. So we see that now we've got it right, and we've got it in the right format: department, text, first name, text, and now we have a new index. And if we just show our indexes one more time, we see that we have weights for department and for first name, which again, I just really want to drive home. It's kind of a hard concept to understand. I highly recommend you read more into compound indexing, but we are creating a different entry in our index, a different thing to look up off of per the combination of department and first name. So we could have many different look up records that are associated with IT if we have a lot of people with different first names. So perhaps this is not the most practical index to do. It really just depends on the application. But that's something to think about. Again, it gets a little more complicated and advanced as you get into this type of concept in databases, but it's definitely very useful, and I highly recommend you read more into compound indexing. So with that said, we will close